Hello everybody, today I'm going to share with you my GE Mercury Vapor Security Light. This one is actually a deluxe Mercury Vapor Security Light, and we'll see that on the front of the packaging. We can also kind of see it here, Deluxe Mercury Vapor Security Light, 100 watt. I got this at a restore for $25, as you can see there on the sticker. And that was a pretty good deal, as this thing was brand new in box, never opened. I've of course opened it just to make sure that everything is there and intact for this video. And this thing is a beautiful thing to find. I love finding these new old stock security lights or old high intensity discharge lighting in general in its original packaging, never opened. It's a really cool thing to find. So of course here we have some of the ordering information about it itself, and on the front of the packaging here we have some more information. Up here in the corner we can see somebody bought this at Menards at one point in time for $30, which must have been pretty cheap for it. I think these are made in the 80s. I don't remember, but I don't remember because I wasn't born at that time, but from the lighting sites I believe they were made in the 80s. This one is the Deluxe Mercury Vapor Security Light. There was also just a Mercury Vapor Security Light, and that was a 175 watt version, which was not painted brown. It was just a regular metal aluminum finish instead of bronze finished like this one here. There was also a 70 watt high pressure sodium version, and I don't know, that one probably was also coated or finished in bronze for an extra color, and we'll see that on the side here to clarify in a minute. But on the front of the packaging here we get a nice picture of the fixture itself with some type of a fence behind it, probably for security. And so there you can see the fixture itself. On the side here we can see it's bronze finished. Complements any home style. It has deluxe color bulb, so it's a coated bulb. Has a photocell. Let's see, it uses 120 volts, long-lasting mercury vapor bulb, 100 watts, of course, we've already figured that out, security light. So let's move our way to the side of the packaging here. So here you can see the different heights that you can mount the fixture to show you the diameter of the area that it'll light, which corresponds with this chart over here. We can see the 100 watt Deluxe Mercury Vapor version, the 175 watt version, and the 70 watt high pressure sodium version as well. We can see how much it lights up. You can see, interestingly enough, the deluxe version has smaller numbers than most of the others. So I don't know how deluxe it is when it's not as bright as the 175 watt one, but I suppose it really doesn't matter when you're in a residential area and you really don't need all that extra light shining over into your neighbor's yard when you don't want it to annoy them all night long. But one thing that I do miss about these packages is that these really neat photos, just showing you examples of what you can light up with this fixture. Really cool. I don't know, no companies just don't do that anymore. On the back of the packaging we have some more information. Here we just have the generic Mercury Vapor Security Light, and as you can tell on the front of the package, that's just a big sticker, which they stick over if it's a deluxe version, or whatever version they seem it to be. Of course, if it's high pressure sodium, it's a whole different box. But they use the same Mercury Vapor box for both the 175 watt and 100 watt Mercury Vapor versions. But here we can see some of the features of the fixture itself. We can see the exact idea of the fixture here. The socket is at an angle. And here we can see lumens comparing it to different other types of bulbs. Let's see, we have three 150 watt flood bulbs, a 100 watt quartz or 300 watt quartz halogen bulb, 175 watt mercury, stating that it's just a clear mercury vapor bulb, which is what those came with. The 100 watt deluxe mercury, which came with a frosted bulb, as we'll see here in a bit, and the 70 watt high pressure sodium, which also came with I believe, a frosted or clear, I don't know, 70 watt high pressure sodium bulb. These are mogul base here as well. And you can see some of the features here. Die-cast aluminum housing. So, on the other side, you have the same exact information that was on the opposite side. On the bottom there's a whole lot of not much. So let's go ahead and open it up. So, the first thing that everybody is greeted with is their favorite thing, instructions. Whether you read them or not, they're there. Here you can see this is both for the mercury vapor and high pressure sodium versions. Pretty basic instructions on how to install the fixture. And here's the mounting sheet on the back so you can drill holes for it. Very nice that they provided that. We'll set that off to the side. Of course, we have our bulb in its retail packaging. Very nice. There's no barcode on it, so maybe this wasn't the retail packaging at the time. But GE 100 watt mercury lamp, deluxe white. Brand new. It's only been used once, as I took the fixture out just to make sure it worked as well. And this is the bulb I had at the time to use, so I used it. Here's the etch. See the base, you can see the sides of the parking areas. Very nice. Lobbies, you know, when mercury vapor was actually used indoors. Shopping malls, that was very common at the time as well. Landscape lighting is probably where this is used the most with the, what is it, the Iwaski or eye lighting mercury vapor bulbs, the moon light ones that work on metal halide ballasts, are still used for that. Very nice. The other side here we have all this technical information. Fantastic. Yep, that's the right ballast. Data manufacturer key, and that tells you how to read it if you've ever not known how to read the manufacturer key before. Here's the top of the packaging. Let's go ahead and take a look at the bulb itself while we are at it. Here's the etch again. Inside, we can see the arc tube, as it's quite thin coating here, so we can see inside quite well. You see some of the mercury there that, unless it's just dipped in something. Oh, it's actually dipped in like white paint. Kind of like a metal halide bulb. Interesting. Very well built GE bulb. A little bit of corrosion there, so you can tell this fixture's been sitting around for quite a while. I'm going to set the bulb off to the side. So here we have the acrylic 10-inch or 9-inch refractor that goes with the fixture. We have our foam here just to protect it. Mounting hardware along with this little piece of metal which goes over the photocell so you can direct it to turn on a little earlier or later. We'll take out this big piece of cardboard and we're finally greeted with the fixture itself. So let's move the box out of here. And there's the fixture itself. In here is the ballast. And of course out here we have the light area. We have a plastic socket which GE used for a while. I don't know if they still use it or not, but GE used these plastic sockets, which I don't know why. I think ceramic would just be better overall, but that's what they used, I guess. Like I said, inside here is the ballast, just a regular mercury vapor ballast, nothing special there. It is a GE branded ballast though, I do believe. And it's good quality. Those are nice thick coils on there. It's not some thin thing like the Regent cheapo mercury vapor security lights towards the end of their production. Some of the early ones were really good, but the later ones weren't so good. Here you can see the back. Here we have the photocell. That thing just slips on over this little, under this little ring here, and then you can direct it to shine light into the photocell wherever you'd like. This is all cut up because there's a screw here. You have the wires, and this is what it would look like with the refractor attached. Something like that is what it would look like. Let's go ahead and put the bulb in so you can get an example of that as well. So that's what it looked like without the refractor on there. And of course with the refractor there, that's what it looked like on the inside. Of course the refractor goes under these two metal tabs here, and the one at the front, and you think there'd be another metal tab here, but I guess it just holds itself on with that. I have seen a couple of these, and the ones that I've seen are all missing this as normal, so you mostly will find fixtures that look like this. But still overall a really cool fixture. I'll have a separate video of this thing turning on. So for now, I really hope you enjoyed this video of my GE Deluxe Mercury Vapor security light. I'll try to put all this stuff back in frame here a little bit. Once again, I really hope you enjoyed this unboxing of the GE Deluxe Mercury Vapor security light. Look forward to another video of it turning on, but also please comment, rate, and subscribe, and thank you very much for watching.